Welcome back to another exciting edition of Figure Depot. Today we're taking a look at the G.I. Joe Classified Series Roadblock figure. This is number 1 in the series, and this box was crushed, mutilated, and destroyed. But there's number 1. We see here on the side some of his technical skills, physical strength, weaponry specialist, and several other things indicated by these codes here on the side. We do get an awesome artwork on the back, and then we get a picture of Roadblock on this side, which it's all wrinkled up, so it's got a glare on it. There you go. But anyway, get this bad boy open and see what's inside. Alright, here is Roadblock out of the package, and I gotta say, there's a lot I really like about this figure. There's some parts of it that are a little squirrely or cheesy, I think, but overall I think it's really cool. I dig the gloves a lot, the lion tattoo on his arm, the overall sculpt of the body is very muscular and cool looking. I do think his feet are just a hair undersized, and these gold little bits here just kind of meh, but you know, overall it's still pretty cool. I think I would have preferred less like gold plated shiny foo-foo armor and more kind of real world armor plating, kind of like we saw on Snake Eyes. But you know, still overall it still looks pretty good, and definitely think it's a cool figure. Out of the package he comes with a knife here, and it's a simple enough design, but it looks pretty cool. Got a little blood guild on it there, and some detail. It's just one solid color of silver, but nice sculpt work for that. Then we get the magazine for his plasma cannon, and then we get his plasma cannon, which, I mean, this thing is massive. It's very cool design. You hold it like this with one hand, and it's got a handle here, kind of like a 50 cal or something. So very cool in the overall design. And then of course the magazine just slides inside right there, and then you can take it back out. So that's a cool little feature. But that's all he comes with in terms of accessories, and I guess we'll get a close look at the figure here. So my particular figure looks like this left eye might be just a little bit more inset than it should be. Makes him look just a hair cross-eyed. But overall it looks fine. We do have a disc hinge, and we also kind of get that like floating neck seated here, so you can move it all over the place. And looks pretty cool. Look down to there, look up to there. That lion tattoo is sick. I really like that a lot. We got the butterfly joints here, and again, there's not a whole lot to them. They don't have a ton of range of motion, kind of like the Wolverine on Marvel Legends does, which has a really nice range of motion, and so does the the Hulk figures. They have a really nice butterfly joints, but this is, you know, very, very minimal movement there. We do get a swivel at the bicep where it meets the deltoids. We get a nice double jointed elbow. We get wrists that swivel and hinge. And I really like these gloves. The design of the gloves looks very cool. Really digging those. There's a really nice vest here. The articulation I think is very similar to Snake Eyes. You kind of get this like ball socket here, and then I think there is a crunch mechanism, but it's kind of impeded by the jacket or the vest here. So you don't get a huge range of motion. I've seen pictures of him without this vest on, so I don't know if they just like cut it off, or if you're able to kind of slip it over the top. It doesn't seem like you would be. So I don't know, maybe they popped the arms off and slipped it off or what, but anyway, very cool design there. So I think we do get the drop down hips like the Snake Eyes and Scarlet figures that I've reviewed so far. We get a nice kick to there. We do get a thigh swivel. We get double jointed knees, which get a little bit better than 90 degrees, but not much, just because his legs are so big. We do get a boot swivel like all the other figures in the line. We get toes that point down really far, which is great. They don't come up a whole lot just because this armor piece is so thick and sits so low that it kind of gets in the way. We do get a nice ankle pivot though. So good articulation overall, especially for a bigger figure. So yeah, not bad. So he does hold the gun here nicely with two hands, and then his knife ports in to his vest. So storage for the knife there. Let me turn that around this way. Yeah, it kind of pokes out weird. I'm not sure how I feel about that. It needs to like sit up better or lay flatter, but that's what it does. So you can see he has no trouble holding it, and there's no trouble balancing him holding it. So for size comparison, here he is next to Destro, another big figure in the line. Roadblock is definitely the biggest. You can see his shoulders and head sit quite a bit taller than even Destro's do, making him the largest figure in the wave so far, and in the line so far, this being the first wave. And Destro's giving him a nice little run for his money there. He's definitely a bulky figure, but the Roadblock figure's definitely larger, so that's pretty cool. Here he is next to Scarlet with the Black Widow head swap, and you can see that he's definitely much larger than her. She is currently the smallest figure in the line so far. It would be great if they would give us a Lady J. Definitely looking forward to that. I'm sure they will. Here he is next to my custom Duke figure. I painted this by hand. I took the Rick Flag figure, painted his hair blonde, painted a flag, American flag on there, and then the little crest, and then the orange stripes on the shirt, and made a bandolier out of craft foam, painted it green. So there's my custom Duke until I can get a hold of the actual Duke. But I think it looks pretty good, all things considered. And you can see Roadblock is much taller. Curious to see how the new Duke compares to this Duke. If we put Scarlet in there beside him, he's probably going to be an equivalent height, probably about the same as my custom here is. Just a little bit bigger than Scarlet, a little bit smaller than Roadblock. And here he is next to Snake Eyes, the other figure that I have from the line so far. And you can see they pair really well together. To give you an idea how he compares with some Marvel Legends, here he is next to the Killmonger from the Black Panther film in his commando gear. This was in Wave 2 of the Black Panther figures. And here he is next to another Marvel Legends figure. We have Luke Cage. So this would be civilian attire if you wanted to have your Roadblock go out on the town in civilian attire. This is a good look for him. Alright, so just to get one last little close-up look at the figure and some of the finer details. We have a really nice sculpt here for the arms. Got some big old honking triceps. Really nice detail work on the gun, plasma cannon. We got this cool strap over his shoulder in different colors than the other side. I don't know if that's communications equipment or what that's supposed to represent, but it definitely looks cool. Got really nice texture on the pants here. They look really good. We got his random like gold stuff, which, you know, it's okay. It's not horrible and it's not terrible. It's just not my favorite. Like I said before, I think I'd have preferred a little bit more real world design than all this crazy, but you know, it's still cool. It's unique. It's not something we've seen before. So then we've got this lion tattoo, which I think is my favorite part of this figure. That looks really cool. It's slightly offset. There we go. So there's the lion tattoo, looking beastly. Very cool. So great looking figure overall. Well, that's gonna wrap it up for me. If you were able to find these Rick Flag figures, you can customize them all kinds of different ways. I gave this one black hair and a black beard and thickened up his eyebrows. I gave this one red hair and a red goatee. I made this one blonde for Duke, and then you can leave some, you know, like they are. You can do all kinds of customization, do head swaps and stuff with other figures, and have you an entire little, you know, outfit of soldiers kind of in similar gear, and that looks really cool. So they'll make good army builders for your G.I. Joes. I got all these for like $5 or $6 each. Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those guys. So nice little squad of troops there to kind of fill in and make your display look fuller, make your action figure photography shots look fuller. Just kind of generic soldiers. They've got the olive green pants, you know, and the kind of tan shirt, so they fit in real nice with the same colors we've got in other figures in the line. Exceptions, of course, being your Scarlet and Snake Eyes, which are very unique and stand out, but you know, Duke and Roadblock have that kind of drab neutral color scheme, and so they fit in really well with those. And then of course Killmonger, you know, he looks like he belongs as well reasonably with the rest of these guys. So nice little little unit you can put together here without much trouble. I think these were available at Five Below stores if you have those in your area, but it's been a while since I've seen them. You can find them online for cheap on eBay and other places now, but it's worth looking into for a cheap army builder for your Joes. Be sure to check out my Instagram. I'll be posting photos here fairly soon. Hopefully get these guys outside and get some cool battle shots and stuff, and have a little fun with that. Let me know what you think about the figure. Let me know what you think about the line overall. I think it's great. I'm really enjoying it, and hope to see more here in the future. See you next time.